You know, I moved here when I was 21 years old. That was many, many moons ago. And I've watched this place grow from 485 people to what we are today. I've watched the county grow to over 51,000 people living in that county. That hasn't happened since gold rush days. What I would like to do right now is thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you. And we want to remember our fallen. World War I began on the 28th of July, 1914, and ended on November 11th, 1918. It began with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in June of 1914. A Serbian nationalist terrorist group called the Black Hand sent troops to assassinate the Archduke, and they succeeded. World War I, the Great War to end all wars. My grandfather fought in that war. He oversaw a team of horses, mules, and a teamster job that was moving heavy equipment and cannon. Mustard gas was introduced in that war. It was a heavy gas, clinging to downed trees and in trenches. Many soldiers were killed and critically injured in France by the gas alone. My grandfather was in France. He was barely touched by gas from sitting on a log. He was treated and returned to duty. His buddy, sitting on another log in the same location, wasn't quite as lucky. His contamination took his life. At the end of the war, my grandfather, Clifford T. Jones, came home when so many others didn't. His favorite song of the day was Over There. Maybe you remember it. The Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming over there. Well, he moved to Pahrump during his last years of life, laid the cornerstone on the Clyde E. Newman Jr. VFW, and is buried here in Chief DeColta Cemetery. Clyde E. Newman Jr., known by all who loved him as Johnny, was a graduate of Tonopah High School. His mother was born in Tonopah, and his dad was a miner who came from Tennessee. He went off to war also. He was killed in a firefight out of Saigon and came back in a box several months later. Vietnam. He rests in the Tonopah Cemetery with some of his friends and family. His name is etched into the memorial wall in Washington, D.C. Today, we're here to remember those who sacrificed their lives, their futures, so that we may live in freedom and peace. But peace will not continue if we're not vigilant. If we do not care about the politics of our nation, our state, and our communities. Our only defense is fighting for our constitutional rights, our state's rights, and our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, granted to us by our forefathers. Our forefathers cared so much that they lost fortunes and their lives to make us free. Let us do the same for our children and our grandchildren. They will not be free if they're not aware of our history and the true meaning of our U.S. Constitution and our state constitution. But those documents are what set us apart from all other nations all over the world. In 1921, an unknown World War I American soldier was buried in Arlington National Cemetery. This site on a hillside overlooking the Potomac River and the city of Washington, D.C., became the focal point of reverence for American veterans. This memorial gesture took place on November 11th, giving recognition to the celebrated ending of World War I, the ending of fighting. At 11 a.m., November 11th, 1918, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The day became known as Armistice Day and is now known as Veterans Day to encompass all personnel killed in conflicts. The tomb of the unknown soldier is the focal point of this ceremony, as he and others like him represent those who have given it all and those who were luckier but still hold the battle scars of those conflicts within their minds and their hearts, and sorrow for all those who were lost. God bless you, our military, our first responders, our retired personnel, our great state of Nevada, and our nation.